Hi, my name is Nick Ortega, and I've been part of the mentor program now for about a year and a half. Prior to that, I was with Big Brother, Big Sister, and I had a match previously. His father came back into the picture, so it was important that he work on his relationship with his dad. So I was excited when I found out and got contacted about this program. I just really appreciated the fact that there's a spiritual relationship. I'm a member of Carlisle Brethren in Christ, and I just felt that there's so much potential there, particularly when we rely on God and the way He works in our lives. I met Nolan, my match, back in September, probably about 7 or 8 months ago now. It's important that I saw him on a weekly basis because I knew that's how we would develop a relationship. But it's also a time of year where my work, there's a lot of travel. So going into this relationship, I felt, okay, there's a lot of things that I want to be able to contribute, and there's a lot of things that I want to work at and make sure that I'm feeling what I thought his needs would be. But what was happening was, or what I found out was, I would go to a football game or football practice. That's what he was involved in, and I could only be there during the practice or while the game was on, and not really spend a whole lot of quality time with him. So the first time I went to the football game was kind of neat the way he reacted when he saw that I was there. Just turned around and just waved at me and had a great big grin on his face, and that made me feel good inside. The following week, I thought I could spend more time, but it turned out I couldn't because of my travel schedule. But I did show up at a practice, and he wasn't expecting me to be there. So it was kind of a very last-minute thing. However, when I got there and I was in the sideline talking to his mom and her friend, he happened to turn around and saw that I was there, and he's got this big grin in his face. He just waved at me, in the middle of practice, and it was kind of neat. So I noticed that after every couple plays, he would just keep turning around to make sure that I was still there, and that was kind of neat. So the following week, very similar thing happened. It was a night practice. The same thing going on. So it was kind of, I was getting a kick out of it. At the same time, I was just feeling really good inside that he got that big smile on his face every time he would see me. This particular practice being night, when it was over, the coaches had their huddle, and after the practice, he took his helmet off, and after the coach spoke to them, he got up off of his knee and he just kind of ran right towards me. And he just gave me this big hug. He says, "Nick, thanks for being here." And it just really, I started getting emotional because, all up until this point, I was like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. And that moment just told me right there, the only thing I really needed to do was just show up and just be there. And it was pretty profound for me. And I just, the relationship is really going well and growing, and I just can't wait to see what else God has in store for us.